They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
That wraps up today's Live at 4. News 3 Now at 5 is coming up next. Armand is in the newsroom with what to expect in our coverage moving forward. Armand?
Tomorrow on Live at 4, we're sitting down with UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff to discuss the latest health news. And next at 5, we continue our coverage of the weekend shootings. The latest information from police next. Thanks for watching Live at 4. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.
Our community must come together to stop the cycle of violence that perpetuate.
Right now, updates from law enforcement and the city as they try to get a handle on gun violence that rocked the city multiple times over the weekend.
That includes a closer look at the shooting at the Lux Apartments. We'll learn what a sneak bash is and how the shooting unfolded.
And as we inch closer to the launch of bus rapid transit in Madison this fall, we get a quick primer on the red lanes and the BRT stops that we're starting to see all around town. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thank you for staying with us at 5. Tonight, we're continuing our coverage on multiple shootings in Madison over the weekend. Since Friday, there have been 3 in total.
Earlier today, Madison police gave updates on one of those shootings at an apartment complex where dozens were injured at a party. Now, we have team coverage tonight bringing you the very latest details in these incidents. Our Maddie Himes spoke to a resident from the Lux apartment complex where one shooting occurred. But
first, let's head out to our Jalen Banks. He was at the press conference this morning and shares what officials are saying about this recent spike in incidents. Jalen?
Susan and Eric, as you just mentioned, a violent weekend in Madison. Between Friday and Sunday, the city saw 3 separate shootings, leaving 1 dead and another 11 injured with gunshot wounds. Just behind me, one of the shootings took place here at the Lux Apartments. And then a press conference earlier today, both Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes and Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway both made an emphasis that they're committed to stopping gun violence in the city.
We are working tirelessly to identify and apprehend those responsible for these senseless acts, and we will not rest until justice is served.
That was Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes' message after a shooting took place at Lux Apartments in downtown Madison Sunday, just before 1 a.m., leaving 10 people with gunshot wounds.
As Chief of Police, I want to reassure the public that we are actively investigating the recent incidents of gun violence and are committed to ensuring the safety and security of our community.
The shooting happened on the rooftop of the complex where an unauthorized party was taking place. As many as 250 high school and college-age people were there.
Guns are not a solution to conflict, and we must stop normalizing their use and their accessibility.
And in a weekend with so many impacted by gun violence, the mayor says we must all come together.
The families impacted by these events will never be the same. Please help everyone in our community understand that guns are not a solution to conflict. We all have to find other ways to resolve interpersonal conflicts that don't end in someone dying.
As of right now, there have been no arrests made on the Lux apartment complex shooting or the 2 others that were mentioned. The investigation is ongoing. As we actively gather information, we'll continue to keep you updated on air and across our platforms. But for more information on the Lux apartment shooting, I'm going to hand it back in studio to our Maddie Himes. Maddie, what do you have?
Yeah, Jalen, as the name suggests, the Lux is marketed as a luxury property, but residents tell me they feel they're not getting the experience they're paying for when just anyone can come and go. We look back at reviews of the apartment online, finding complaints about a lack of security going back more than 5 years. Residents tell me that compared to other complexes in the area, the Lux team doesn't manage the building as they had expected.
Because like the James, they have security 24/7, and like the rent is about the same, and if not more. So I don't get why we don't have a security on site.
We know that the party led to The party that led to gunfire early Sunday morning was unauthorized by the building. Madison Police Department Chief Sean Barnes calling it a, quote, sneak bash. I reached out to the Lux management team about building security. They had no comment. We did, however, obtain a copy of an email sent from Lux management to all residents on Monday. We'll have that message and more from city officials coming up on News 3 Now at 6.
All right, Maddie, thank you. Madison Police are asking anyone with information or any footage of the shootings to contact Madison Area Crime Stoppers. The number right there on your screen, 608-266-6014 or p3tips.com. You can share information anonymously, and you can receive a cash reward if your tip leads to an arrest.
And as more information starts to come in, make sure to stay up to date with the latest details by downloading our free news app. Just search WISC-TV wherever you find your apps. Quiet tonight. Good, beautiful afternoon out there now, but rain is on the way this week. Let's get a look at the forecast. Kelly Slifka is on the weather patio. Kelly?
Yeah, beautiful evening on tap today, but things are going to be changing quite a bit over the next couple of days. We'll talk about some showers tomorrow and some really stormy weather coming our way. It looks like Wednesday night, and that'll continue into Thursday. Right now, we have clear skies across the capital city. We are looking at some showers to develop later in the day tomorrow. We're not expecting real widespread rains tomorrow, but can't rule out a few showers. It's Wednesday night and Thursday. We're talking about some storms rolling on through. And then we're going to finally get into some heat and humidity, it looks like, by Wednesday, and especially as we get into the weekend and early next week with temperatures well into the 80s. Right now we have quiet weather. Our system for tomorrow is moving across North and South Dakota. It'll come in at a weakened state tomorrow, so we're not expecting a whole lot of rain out of that system, but that's our opportunity for some rain. Just some lighter rain expected, and it'll be pretty scattered. Then we're talking about a first warn alert day. This is due to the potential of some strong to severe storms, and it may come in a couple of rounds. We'll see some storms late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, then another round potentially later Thursday afternoon. And some of those storms, as they fire up, do have the potential of producing some large hail and damaging winds with that. Right now it's comfortable, 73 in Madison, also Middleton, 73 in Rockdale. We'll look at clear skies for most of the night. It's going to be another cool start to the morning with temperatures dropping through the 50s, even into the upper 40s. More on that first warning alert day later this week coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Marquette University is remembering its president, Michael Lovell, tonight. He passed away this weekend at just 57 years old. Now, according to the university, Lovell died on a trip to Italy. For the past 3 years, he had been battling a rare form of cancer called sarcoma. Lovell and his wife were in Rome on a Jesuit pilgrimage trip when he got sick and went to the hospital. Lovell was a Marquette University president for a decade before his death. And in a statement posted on X, Marquette officials said Lovell's contributions to Marquette will be remembered forever. Just as his loss echoes throughout our community, the days ahead will be full of heartbreak. In this time of grief and sadness, let us come together as a community linked by faith and love.
Next tonight at 5, Governor Tony Evers announcing he will be requesting an $800 million increase for state support for the UW system. Governor Evers says the increase would prevent further staff and faculty layoffs, campus closures, and program cuts and consolidations. The announcement comes as 5 UW campuses have announced closures. The UW system will be submitting its budget request this fall as the governor prepares his 2025 to 27 executive budget, which will be introduced early next year.
A liberal judge who previously represented Planned Parenthood in an abortion case has thrown her hat into the ring to succeed retiring Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Ann Walsh Bradley. Dane County Circuit Court Judge Susan Crawford launched her campaign today. Her campaign focuses on her previous work for Planned Parenthood as the fight over a Wisconsin abortion ban is playing out in court. Crawford joins Waukesha County Circuit Court Judge Brad Schimmel, a former Republican state attorney general, as the only announced candidates. Now, if more than 2 candidates get in the race, a February 18th primary will take place. The winner in the April 1st election will be elected to a 10-year term.
Metro Transit is making strides in rapid transportation.
The BRT or bus rapid transit lanes are being painted in bright red. You've seen them around town, indicating a new path now for Madison commuters. Our Merrill Hubbard offers the latest on those lanes.
Some of you have been wondering, what's with these big red blobs? The answer, BRT, Bus Rapid Transit. BRT is a long-term project that intends to allow for more frequent service. The red sections you're seeing are the bus lanes, and the tall platforms are the stops. The system is starting with an east-west line from Junction Road to East Town, but many more routes will be added over time. The end goal of BRT is to give people a new method for their commute.
We hope that the BRT system will be faster and better than the transit system that we have today. It'll give people more and better options to travel across town.
Metro's Rapid Route A will launch this fall, though the official start date is still TBD. I'm Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Well, Meryl, thank you. With summer here, motorcyclists are out on our roads more often, but riding one isn't always the safest. That's why the Wisconsin Department of Transportation is announcing that June's Law of the Month is all about motorcycle safety. The goal is to enforce safe driving practices to avoid crashes involving motorcyclists. The department wants to reduce the average number of crashes, which is nearly 2,000 every year in Wisconsin. Tips to follow on the roads: drivers are always encouraged to keep a safe following distance behind a motorcycle and keep an eye out, as their small size makes them hard to see, but also keep an ear out for them as well.
This morning, 7 individuals were honored by the American Red Cross of Wisconsin for their acts of heroism. The honorees were selected based on the degree to which their actions leave a lasting and positive impact on the community. One of the honorees is Sam Cook. He's a lieutenant firefighter with the city of Madison and is also the president of CC Cattle Company, a company that helps families battle food insecurity. He was named the Red Cross's Community Impact Hero.
Again, it's really humbling, and it's really an honor to just kind of be recognized for this little thing that you're doing off on the side on your days off, and for somebody like the Red Cross to just say, hey, thank you. That's great. It feels really good.
Cook and 6 others were honored at the Legend at Bergamont Golf Club in Oregon for the Southwest Heroes Golf event, where it also included a silent auction and reception.
Meanwhile, today, the American Heart Association is celebrating a huge milestone, as it has now been 100 years since the organization first began celebrating its centennial with Bold Hearts for a Vision for a Brighter Future for All. The nation's oldest and largest voluntary organization is dedicated to fighting heart disease and strokes, which is why, as the weather starts to warm up, they're providing some tips on how you can prevent the risk of heart disease.
I know is always really difficult to do, but trying to be consistent in that. It's not something that's going to change in one day. It really is a day-by-day, week-by-week, month-by-month lifestyle change that can prevent and hopefully keep your risk of heart disease and stroke lower.
And in its 100 years, the organization has seen more than 35 million volunteers. Still to come, meteorologist Kelly Slifka rejoins us, mapping out our complete First Warn forecast. That's next.
And we're a little more than a month before the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Will Donald Trump announce his choice for VP before then? We'll have that story coming up.
On a check of the markets, the Dow up 69 points to start the week. The Nasdaq jumps 59. S&P gains almost 14. And we'll be right back.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the Madison area.
We are local install crews, local project managers. So when you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here.
It doesn't cost you anything to find out if solar panels are right for you. Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy. Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call at 608-780-2347.
Why choose between that new deck you've been wanting and that vacation you've been dreaming about? Get both. A deck that outlasts wood 3 to 1 and up to a 7-day vacation on one of the top cruise lines or at one of our hundreds of resorts with no blackout date restrictions. Call now or visit the website for your new deck today.
All month long here on Buzzed in Madison, we are celebrating Wisconsin farmers. That's right. This week, we're headed to Jazzy Jerseys in Lodi, and just maybe you'll get to see Lily right here on Buzzed in Madison. WISC TV3.
Here's to the farm and fleet dads, the ones who work hard and get the job done right, the ones who take pride in what they do and take the time to pass it on. This Father's Day, get your dad a gift he'll love, like this Continental Pizza Oven, just $39.99. $30 off a 20-piece gear wrench ratcheting wrench set. Lund roll-up tonneau covers, $100 off after sale and mail-in rebate. Plus, a Blaine's Farm and Fleet gift card makes the perfect Father's Day gift.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
It doesn't make big headlines. There's no scandal, no conflict. So you probably haven't heard about the Biden administration's work to lower costs, getting caps on the cost of medicine like insulin and inhalers at $35, and investing in American-made clean energy to lower power bills. If you don't know about it, join the club. It's not what the news is covering these days. But you can find out yourself how you can save some money.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Sunday after the Tony Awards, for a couple struggling to start a family.
There were a lot of hard nights. There were a lot of tears.
But the path they traveled became part of their story of hope.
I could see myself reading a story just like this to my child.
I'll show you how a Sun Prairie man's late-night vision inspired his next chapter to do something good.
Our family is special and precious to us, and this book allows us to help tell that story.
Sunday on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now's First Warn Weather with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington, voted 2023 Best Weather Coverage.
Welcome back. Former President Trump is expected to announce his choice for vice president in the coming weeks.
A number of names have been floated, and we're learning that several potential picks are in the next stage of that process. Julia Benbrook has more details on Trump's search for a running mate.
As the quest to round out the 2024 Republican ticket heats up ahead of next month's National Party convention, a source familiar with the process says several of former President Donald Trump's potential running mates have received vetting materials. Among them, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum.
Well, I know this is a big interest to some folks that are following the process, but I would just defer any questions back to the Trump campaign team.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio.
Well, I'll do whatever the campaign asks me to do, so I've been at events to help raise money and so forth.
And Ohio Senator J.D. Vance.
I want to help Donald Trump get elected because it's really important that he become the next president.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, New York Representative Elise Stefanik, Florida Representative Byron Donalds, and former HUD Secretary Ben Carson were also sent various levels of paperwork in the vetting process. Sources insist the vetting process will look different for each person. Trump has floated a lengthy list of names in recent months and routinely asks allies, donors, and members of his Mar-a-Lago resort their opinion.
But I think they'll announce who that person's going to be during the convention. I think that's pretty normal. During the convention, it'll be an interesting period of time.
The Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, where Trump plans to announce his pick, starts July 15th. People familiar with the deliberations caution that Trump's search for a running mate is still in flux. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Well, next tonight, take a look at this video here behind me. This is the current scene after a road collapse in Wyoming. It is causing major problems right now at the start of the busy summer tourism season out there. From June through September, about 12,000 people use Highway 22 every day to reach destinations like Yellowstone National Park, the Grand Tetons, and all that remains now is an 80-foot drop that plummets into the valley below. Now, transportation officials say the mountainside had been shifting for decades at about a quarter inch a year, but when large cracks reappeared immediately after repairs had been made, they knew a collapse was inevitable. It's unclear when the highway will reopen, and even just surveying the damage could take weeks.
Let's get a check on the weather. The work week is off to a very nice start. Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio. Kelly?
Yeah, beautiful weather today. We are going to start to see some changes come our way already tomorrow with a little bit more cloud cover, a few showers. More importantly, and later in the week, we are talking about some stronger storms that will be developing by Wednesday night and Thursday. Our first system that's coming in, you can see the storms in North Dakota, South Dakota. With this system, it's going to weaken as it pushes toward the Badger State, but that may produce a brief shower tomorrow afternoon. They should be fairly light and fairly scattered, but otherwise we are looking at some warmer temperatures as we go throughout the week. A few showers in our forecast tomorrow as we go into late Wednesday night into Thursday. That's when we're talking about some stormy conditions, and it will start to warm up. It's definitely going to start to feel a little bit more like summer as we get in the later part of the week and into the weekend. So tomorrow morning, starting off with sunshine. It's going to be rather cool. You'll need that jacket, kind of like this morning, with temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50. We'll warm through the 60s and 70s by the noon hour, with some showers starting to spread into our western counties. There in Vernon County, parts of Richland County, Adams and Juneau County. Then as we get toward 3, 4 o'clock, a lot of that weakens as it heads toward Madison. It'll be just probably some nuisance showers for us. And it can't even rule out an isolated thunderstorm popping up as we go into the evening hours, but those are going to be very scattered. Otherwise, we'll look at quiet conditions once that sun goes down. Then we're talking about the stronger system coming our way with strong to severe storms expected all of southern Wisconsin. It'll be mainly late in the day on Thursday afternoon. There's a little bit of uncertainty because there's a timing of a cold front that's going to be sliding on through. So some of the computer models have it firing up right over us. Other computer models are sinking it to our south. Now, as far as the severe weather threat tomorrow, marginal right along the Mississippi River. But as we get into a Wednesday, we're right on the edge of that marginal risk, the slight risk, a little bit higher risk up there toward Black River Falls and parts of northwestern Wisconsin. So watch this on our future track. As we go through Wednesday night, we'll see this first batch of showers and storms come on through. That'll be affecting us in the wee hours of the morning Thursday. We'll get a bit of a break. Then as we go into Thursday afternoon, you notice how this front starts to develop right along the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. And that's where we will have the potential of seeing some stronger storms developing by Thursday. Once again, it remains a little bit uncertain because of that timing of that front as it slides on through. Right now, it's a mild, beautiful evening to get out. Talking about temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Beautiful to be out on a walk, maybe on a bike ride this evening. If you have any league ball games, it's going to be really nice for that. Temperatures in the 70s right now, 70 in Stoughton and also Oregon, 73 right now in Middleton, and 71 currently in Waunakee. So our first warm forecast, can't rule out an isolated shower or storm tomorrow. And then again, Wednesday, I think it will be mainly late Wednesday night into Thursday. That's why we had the first warn alert day for the potential of a couple of rounds of storms rolling on through. It's going to be humid by then as well. We'll dry out a little bit by Friday and Saturday. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Then that humidity comes right back at us. Look at these lows. By Sunday and Monday morning, temperatures starting out near 70 and afternoon highs getting very close to 90. And of course, that'll be affecting Father's Day with that chance of showers and storms. Our first warn traffic, we do have a couple of issues on the roads, mainly on the Beltline. Not a whole lot of delays, a little bit of delay on those eastbound lanes of Beltline, also northbound lanes of I-39-90. There is a crash, though, on the Beltline. This is right near Whitney Way, and you can see that red slowing down the traffic right there.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Weather events, mostly elsewhere, have triggered higher homeowners insurance rates this year for really all of us across the country. We'll tell you how you can find a better deal. Some tips from the experts next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
I'm gonna take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco.
Right now at Feldco, get 2 windows for the price of 1.
Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it. You want the night lights, the bright lights, I'll put you in the spotlight light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want style? Well, now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you what you gotta see. Oh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Summertime fun is in full swing in Rosemont. From grand slams to hot jams. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont it.
All month long here on Buzzed in Madison, we are celebrating Wisconsin farmers. That's right. This week, we're headed to Jazzy Jerseys in Lodi, and just maybe you'll get to see Lily right here on Buzzed in Madison. WISC TV3.
We've been everywhere. We've coated patios, pool decks, basements, hospitals, warehouses, walkways, man caves, churches, schools, airports, hotels, and garages. If it's concrete, TSR will coat it.
Hi, I'm Fiona Rataj with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. Here are 3 things to know. Make sure you are registered to vote at your current address. You can check or register at myvote.wi.gov. If you do not have a Wisconsin driver's license or state ID, you can register to vote with your municipal clerk by completing the registration form on MyVote. Absentee ballots must be requested.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Home insurance rates have skyrocketed in the past few years.
And people living in areas at higher risk of fire and hurricanes are being hit the hardest. Christine Lazar has tips on how to find affordable coverage.
Like most Americans, Gaurav Bardwaj is dealing with inflation.
Everything is going up.
That includes the insurance on his 1,600 square foot house. Nationwide, home insurance rates are up nearly 38% since 2019, according to LendingTree. But it's much more in some states. Bardwaj lives in Southern California, where his rates just skyrocketed 200%.
Even if I shop around, I may be able to save like $4, $5, $10 a month. But like, it's gonna be a hassle. So I think I have to live with that.
I see people paying anywhere from $5,000, $6,000 where it used to be $1,500 or $2,000.
Carl Sussman is an independent insurance broker. He says you can cut your premium if you're able to live with a high deductible.
Well, don't just say I'll go from $500 to $1,000. Look to go from $1,000 to $5,000, even $10,000 if you can. And even though that seems like a lot, keep in mind if there's a large claim that you have, your home burns to the ground, for example, $10,000 is probably not going to make or break your being able to rebuild your home.
Homeowners should also take a closer look at their policy.
Personal property, that's your stuff in the house. If you look at that number and you say, I don't have that much personal property, then you can reach out to the carrier or your broker and say, let's lower that down.
And some homeowners are going a step further. You have a leak right now, but you're not going to file an insurance claim.
I am not filing an insurance claim.
Eric Brooks' insurance costs more than his property tax, and he's worried a claim would only increase it.
I couldn't imagine any more than this.
Some insurance companies will lower monthly payments if you make upgrades like a security system, storm windows, or a fire sprinkler system. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And stay with us. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards and give Dad the gift of power this Father's Day. The Masterforce Drill and Impact Driver have a brushless motor to deliver on power. They also come in a lightweight, compact design, making them perfect for when working in overhead or tight spaces. Save on Masterforce power tools this Father's Day. Pick up these ultra-compact 20-volt tools. Now just $88.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Waunakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
We're looking for 200 homeowners this month interested in getting new landscape borders. Our cutting-edge materials and installation process ensures that your borders will not fade, discolor, or disconnect and will look beautiful for years to come. All covered by our extensive lifetime warranty. Visit the website or call the number for your new borders today.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. Every run is more than just a run. It's about finding oneself. Movement in a new pair of Hokas is good magic. Gear up today at Morgan's Good Form Running. Buy a pair of Hokas and experience the difference. Why run when you can fly?
Experience the comfort and style of Hoka. Visit us here today at Morgan's Good Form Running.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
It's time for the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Don't miss your chance to tour 32 newly constructed homes filled with the newest trends and products. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Why was it important to have Pella match the look of your home?
I love that I have a home that just can't be made anymore. It's 100 years old, it's a historic district, and we didn't want to ruin the look by having modern windows in an older home. I had a vision for what I wanted our home to look like. When I found out that Pella had an architecturally accurate product line, they simply guided us and helped us to make a great decision for our home.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, new details and video about the secret Israeli operation that rescued 4 hostages held in Gaza, including code names, disguise, and the element of surprise. Plus, the new U.S. efforts to release American hostages. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And Kelly's back. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, beautiful evening. Get out and enjoy it because we do have more cloud cover coming in our way tomorrow. But right now we're starting out in the 70s. A little bit cooler to the east. We're getting that lake breeze coming off of Lake Michigan, so it's only 66 in Waukesha. Our first morning forecast, 73 tomorrow. May see a passing shower, maybe an isolated thunderstorm in the late afternoon, evening. Warmer and more humid by Wednesday. That'll lead to some showers and storms Wednesday night. And we do have a first warning alert day. Potential for some stronger storms that'll continue Thursday night. Warm and humid this weekend. We're in the upper 80s and more storms on Sunday.
And isn't it great to have Susan back?
Oh,
Welcome
thank
back.
you, thank you.
All those people that emailed me, I told you she was coming back. Have a great night. We'll be back.